Uh, that this session is about the Master's message. His name is Saint Xavier, and this message is from the book Messages from 40 Masters. And all these messages from the 40 Masters have been received by Master C.Aruna in the form of auto writing. So, um, we as always, we first understand about the background of the master, and today's master is Saint Xavier. So, regarding him, there is some information which I try to gather, and Saint Xavier is a Roman Catholic, and he spent almost all his life, in spreading Christianity all over the world as far as possible. He tried his best, and he believed that uh, by spreading the Christianity, he believed that he was spreading the word of God, and he felt that he was inculcating spirituality in people as far as he can. So now we shall understand about when he's born and where he's born. So his lifespan is from 1506 to 1552, and he was born in Navarre, Spain, and so he belonged to a very rich family, which is in which is considered to be the richest family in the whole kingdom. And as he was growing, by 9 years, he lost his father. And in the 19th year, he moved from his home to a university for higher education, and he never looked back. He never again went back to his home, and he moved to Paris for his higher education. And in Paris, he meets three important friends who became the medium uh, in bringing a great, huge shift in his life. Actually, he had very great ambitions of becoming successful in the materialistic world. But when he met friends, Pierre Fab, and the other friend is Ignatius from Loyola, and these two friends played a very important role, especially uh, his friend Ignatius was already um teaching about God and Christianity, believing in the path of Christianity, and he used to take classes, and he believed that he believed in purity, and he believed to be in poverty, so that he would be more spiritual. That's what his friend Ignatius believed, and he used to take classes. And Ignatius always found some potential, not some potential, a great, huge potential towards spirituality in Xavier, Francis Xavier. Uh, Further, he became Saint Xavier, but his name was Francis Xavier previously, and afterwards he got the title saint. He reached up to the level of sainthood in spirituality. And this friend Ignatius preached about Jesus, and he Francis Xavier was very much impressed by the lessons, and regularly he attended the classes taken by Ignatius. He used to attend the classes in the university, and simultaneously these classes regarding God, regarding the preachings of Jesus. Now, when he was much inclined in this spiritual path, then again Ignatius approaches Francis, and he asks him whether he's like he likes to dedicate his life in spirituality. That means total life being surrendered to spirit, in spreading the word of God and about Jesus. And uh, Francis Xavier readily agrees because he's totally convinced now, and he surrenders. And Pierre Fab also joins this group, and with them, along with them, four other members also join, and they form a society. And this society is formed just to preach the teachings of Jesus and about the greatness of Jesus, and motivate people to be spiritual. And when these seven friends form this group, and they take a vow of being pure, and also they believed in uh, sacrificing all the material things. That's what they take a vow about, and they go on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. And Jerusalem, which we all know, is a holy and a most sacred place considered by the Christians, and all the Christians revere that place, and they go on a pilgrimage, these seven friends. And meanwhile, they start spreading a lot, and they are dedicatedly doing their work. And, the King John, who was a ruler then, hears about this society, which these seven friends have formed, and he also hears the news that in India already. India, where now Goa we call, and it is a colony of Portuguese, and one of the colonies of Portuguese, and they here they get the news that the people here are losing faith on in Christianity. So the king decides to improve the faith of the people by sending one one or the two persons from this society, this seven friends who have formed the society in spreading Christianity and the word of God. And he consults Ignatius, and Ignatius suggests two names. But meanwhile, it so happens that those two persons become sick, and they send Francis Xavier to India. Now, it takes huge lot of time to travel by the sea to Francis Xavier, and for Francis Xavier, and he arrives uh, India after near about an year after traveling. That means near about 51 and 90, 51, 1551 he starts his journey, and he reaches India by 1552. And then he starts his work, and he strongly feels that he has to work a lot for his mission, and he thinks that he will work um, with the poor and the sick first, and afterwards he then roams about in the streets early morning, having a bell in his hand, and he rings the bell, and uh, awakes the people, and people ask, why are you ringing the bell, sir? Then he says that just to motivate you, and I teach about God, and I teach about Jesus, and I want people to become more spiritual, so I am encouraging all the people to get up early and attend the classes. And he starts taking classes to the youth first, and with his behavior, with his kind nature and ever smiling face, he attracts many people, especially the poor and the young, and all of them are attracted, and he also he was also very helpful in all their difficulties, people's difficulties. And then in this way he used to vigorously work hard, and he spread he along with his friend spread it all the throughout the Goa, and then throughout Goa, and then he moves to Malabar Islands in India, which is now considered to be Kerala. And after that, after meeting a community called Paramar. There, he meets them, and Paravar, the community called Paravar, and they and these this community people already they follow Christianity, and they feel very happy listening about uh, Francis Xavier's mission. And they say that they don't have a church also, they are so poor that they don't have a church to go and pray. So what Francis Xavier says is, we will all uh, collectively put efforts and build churches. And he along with the community people constructs 14 churches, and he spreads this uh, preachings of Jesus and Christianity in a vigorous way. And then after doing a lot of work in Kerala, he moves to Malaysia, and he travels by the sea. And there is some miracle, a small a miracle happens. The story is like this: he carries a crucifix in his hand, and this crucifix is very precious to the saint. And in the sea, he loses it, slips from his hand, and it falls into the sea, and he becomes depressed. And when he reaches the shore, reaches Malaysia, and then he sits, and he's very sad that he lost his crucifix. And because he feels that they feel that this crucifix has lot of divinity, and huge work is done with that divinity. And it so happens that a crab comes out from that sea water, and it carries that crucifix, and he is astonished with that miracle, and happily he moves into the Malaysian city. And then he starts his work, and after doing quite a good amount of work, he decides to move to Japan. And then when a lot of work is done in Japan, he again moves to China. Then there, he actually getting an entry into China was very difficult for him, but even then he finally succeeds. But after reaching the islands of Shangchuana, I think, he uh, finally dies there. He leaves his body, and there his body was buried in a wooden coffin. And this body was moved to Malaysia temporarily, and from there again this body came to the body was shipped to India, in to Goa. Now also it seems his body is there in Goa, and so it's hear that his body is not decayed still after so many centuries also. His body is as it is, and it is not decayed. And it is that body is preserved in a silver casket, it seems. And yearly, for few weeks, it is made available for people to see the body. And this saint, he all through his journey, he was born as a normal person, but and he was born in a regular family, though it is a rich, his family is very rich. It was a regular life, but through his dedication, perseverance, and consistency, he rose up to the level of a saint. He got the title of a saint, and he got appreciation, and he got love from all the people around the world through his kind nature, compassionate nature, and uh, the dedication towards spreading what he believed, the word of God, and what he believed that teachings of Jesus should spread all over. And now he is considered to be the patron of foreign missions, and his uh, it means his life is celebrated on 3rd December every year. So this is what uh, is the background of Saint Xavier. And before listening to his message given to Master C.Aruna in the form of auto writing, and we will meditate for a few minutes and then read the message, dear friends. I request you all to uh, relax, take a deep breath. By taking a deep breath, we are calming down the body. All parts of our body are relaxed. Each and every cell of our body is being relaxed with this beautiful, beautiful breath. Gradually, we will take our attention towards a natural, tranquil breath, which is following automatically. And this breath is guiding us right from our birth at every point of our lives. So, it is our teacher, our guru, our master. Please play the music. You know, let us meditate by bringing our attention again and again to our natural breath whenever needed. Thank you, friends. classroom practice. Last 10 seconds. I request you to unlock your fingers and keep both palms on your eyes, both the eyes, and slowly open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. We are going to hear the message from Saint Xavier, and this message was received by Master C.Aruna, a senior pyramid master, in the form of auto writing on 8th August 1994, 10:10 a.m. If you feel comfortable to close your eyes and listen to the message, it would be more better because each master's message carries a huge amount of energy, and we are connecting to the consciousness, great consciousness of the master, and will be in that higher vibrations for some time. Let us enjoy the message, wisdom, and the beautiful vibrations of the master. The message is as follows. I am going to represent all the saints that the English people talk about. I am not a religious man who can be typecast into a sect, but I am a man involved with practicing the best of all the universal religions that you stupidly segregate and talk of. So, friends, I am a universal religious oriented person. In other words, I am a spiritual person who is interested in learning from every individual of the whole cosmos that I know of. So, friends, before going into my meditational background, I want to tell a few things about the English saints. They are no different from Hindu and Muslim mystics, or for that matter, they are not at all different from other masters that you have read till now. While they all started calling your masters as gods, we English people have called these masters saints. But remember that saint is a title at present conferred upon persons belonging to a certain religious order, whereas the saints that you knew previously were masters, mystics, and highly knowledgeable persons of spirituality. As Xavier, I was a very normal person in my incarnation, and I had qualities of being timid and generous. However, I was never submissive and quiet. Because of these qualities, I had as my friends as I had enemies. Lacking the knowledge of a friend and an enemy, I would mingle with all. But, truly speaking, I never had a close friend at all. All my so called friends and enemies were just my companions in that given incarnation. When I was about 10 years old, I was initiated into meditation for the first time by a Hindu yogi. I could somehow see that he had a close resemblance to John the Baptist. I will talk about him later. Initially, I took to meditation very seriously without ever going into the question of why to meditate. Due to my serious intent towards meditation, I could see masters travel to some places almost immediately. I could not understand who the person was whom I would see in meditation. So one day I told my mother that I was meditating, and some people who would look at me and as if they knew me well, and that I did not know who these people were and why I saw them. To this she said, "Son, I suppose you should ask them who they are, and probably they may like to talk to you. Don't you ask a stranger for his name when you see him or at your door? I think your questioning will make them talk." Though she was not a meditator, this was the suggestion that she gave. So I immediately sat for meditation and saw a master who was meditating. I went to him and asked, "Sir, can I know your name? Will you talk to me?" Immediately, the man answered me and started talking to me. That was my first encounter with the master and also my first wonderful experience in meditation. Over time, I was so engrossed in meditation and talking to masters that my life changed a lot. I was no longer a man of many enemies. I became a compassionate person who was concerned about the people around me. My life and thinking changed so much that I started telling all my close companions about meditation. A mob usually surrounded me. In a mob, people may or may not change because in a mob, people are less intelligent and less objective. It is as if they keep their basic understanding away in an almirah of their house. Hence, they are just hollow beings who talk like parrots without any essence or basic understanding. 80% of the people that I encountered were like this. Only a few make use of my talking to them. Then I took up another task. Having learned that life bears and attains an essence with meditation and understanding of meditational experiences, I decided to marry, not to marry. I decided not to marry, discontinue my formal education, and work for the cause of enlightening the brother and sister souls all around me. My mother was my great support and source of encouragement for my plans. I started going to various places, saw different people, and learned many different things from them. By this time, I had got many powers. With the help of my meditational energy, I could travel from one place to another by flying. I did this only in the darkness of the nights or in emergency circumstances because these powers are not for any publicity but only for utilization during critical times. This, in short, is my story of entry into meditation and my life as Saint Xavier. As a meditator or a person who has started meditation, a person must bear a few points in mind. They are: number one, in meditation, you are bound to see many places, many things, and many masters. These are all, these are called experiences. Number two, experiences happen to many. Many people do not have any experiences any experiences too. Nevertheless, their state of being thoughtless in meditation helps them learn many daily lessons with which their lives will change. Number three, never sit silently when you see anything in meditation. Question it. You will get telepathic messages. Always remember to ask the people you see in meditation who they are, what you can learn from them. Remember that no one will talk to you unless you speak first in meditation. Real body movements, jerks, restless movements, etc., are very normal during meditation. Only through a long practice uh, can these movements subside. Number six, everyone who sits for meditation is given knowledge. This knowledge should be implemented in your daily life because it is here in everyday life that you have to progress. It is here that you have to go farther. Number seven, you will not progress if you do not probe into the whys, hows, wheres, and whence, etc. of life. Number eight, you will have to learn everything about life by yourself alone, and that too by meditation only. For meditation is a tool that will land you amidst masters of great wisdom and knowledge. Even with a speck of this great wisdom and knowledge, you can become a great person in your life, and you need not come back to this life again, but progress to the next higher level. Progress can be achieved only through meditation. Meditation is that channel of mind that can take you into your real self. This journey of meditation will help you in understanding the whole system called Earth by learning a lot about your immediate surroundings and immediate companions. So, friends, meditation is not a job of sitting in seclusion or forests or lonely places, but it is very much a social practice to understand the small basics about ourselves and our friends or companions all around us. My master, who initiated me into meditation, is called Sadananda Yogi, who lived for more years than any of your ancestors. He got this knowledge through meditation and sincere exploration of meditational experiences. Today, my master and I are called Nirvanic Body Consciousness Masters. We were like you, but we have become the so called gods of new systems and are at present working with new worlds. We have proved to you what you can become. So, when you will start meditating and talking to masters, we have proved to you what you can become. So, when will you start meditating and talking to masters? If you are wise now, today, because tomorrow is far off and not in your immediate vicinity. Further, circumstances may be so very different tomorrow. Now and only now can you help yourself for a higher for a brighter tomorrow. Your today lays the foundation for your tomorrow. So make hay while the sun shines, because tomorrow it may rain and your hay may stay wet and humid like the I in you. The I in you, I it is in inverted commas. The I in you wants knowledge, but the you, it is in inverted commas. But the you is dominating your existence so much that the I is staying ignorant and lacking knowledge. I repeat, the I in you wants knowledge, but the you is dominating your existence so much that the I is staying ignorant and lacking knowledge. Only when the I becomes full of knowledge and understanding can you prosper and live healthily like us. We did not have masters with formal education in our days. Even if they existed, they were very few. You have so many formally educated masters who have written books. Read these books, learn from them, do meditation, and be better positioned with a little sincere practice. I am presently working on creating a new system of planets in another new galaxy. I will be a spectator to the major havoc called access change. By that time, my system would become fully operative and in full swing to accommodate people from here. It shall be a major event in the universe, so all watch and learn the lessons of havoc. By the time Master C.Aruna received this message, it is 11:15 a.m. It was a lengthy message. Thank you so much for listening to it very, very patiently. Thanks a lot for your cooperation, friends. So, today, Master Xavier is speaking about meditation again, and how meditation played a great role in his spiritual path. What all the information we heard, the background about him was to a certain extent, and this is what has happened in his life, in his journey, in his spiritual journey. Uh, right from him, we are getting the message, we are receiving the message, and it is such a powerful message, and so very heart touching, and we are able to understand how to progress in the spiritual path. And he's saying that he's not um, uh, he doesn't believe in different religions. He only believes in spirituality. He only believes in understanding the uh, universal truth, the truth of ourselves, the path of self realization. He never supports disparities or differences or a hatred uh, just for the sake of religion. That is what this great master is saying. And he's urging us to meditate so that we can also know the truth. And he says that 80% of the people just hear in the physical way, but the true hearing, the true listening should happen while reading books and understanding the knowledge of great masters, and yeah, at the same time traveling into our inner consciousness and going deep into our inner selves. And his master who brought him into meditation was Sadananda Yogi. And the great secret is revealed. And uh, the great Sadananda Yogi master is our uh, Master Patriji's master. Master Patriji also came into meditation through Master Sadananda Yogi. We are very, very fortunate to listen about that, about the great teachings of that master, and listen about the celebration which Master Sadananda Yogi brought into the
Mhm.
into Master Patriji's life. So
Okay. Go ahead, Auntie. Yeah.
yeah, so this is what we are understanding from this great master. There are many things, and I request you all to share about what you understood and what you feel about the great wisdom which has been shared by this great master. Thank you so much.
Yes. Hi, Auntie. Yeah, I'll be starting. So again, when you were like, when I saw your message that you are going to share about Saint Xavier, I was just thinking like, who is Saint Xavier and what is there for to learn from him? And I was actually so curious to listen. But like initially, when you started to explain, how where he was born and what was his mission and what was he doing, like that kind of background actually helped a lot to understand about his work. And the meditation is so beautiful. And coming to the topic, when you were first mentioning about the time that when the message has been received, in 1984 at 10 a.m., I was just only recollecting, how the knowledge, like no matter where we are, at what time we are, or there is no time. And like this dimension of time and space doesn't exist for the knowledge. It's just always like there's a lot to learn, and that becomes somehow like the legacy, because everyone gains from that. And the message that you have shared today is like really the core principles of ours. And I'm really happy to listen all these things once again. And one more thing that I really liked is like in meditation that we are bound to see many masters, and that's where we call them as experiences. However, majority of the time will be in the thoughtless states. And he mentioned clearly that the thoughtless state helps a lot to progress our journey, and also our environment. Everything changes, like how deeply he explained about like the minute factors, like there will be body jerks, and the knowledge is the same for everyone, and how we should take the initiation to progress ourselves. And we should always question. That questioning, whenever we see a master in meditation, when we question, we get to know more about themselves. It's not also about knowing more about the master, but we are journeying more within ourselves.
Yes,
So, and yeah, I thought of asking, did I heard correctly about Sadananda Yogi? And when you were
yes,
briefing,
absolutely. Even I
yeah,
was
that was
mesmerized to hear his name.
yeah, that was truly like very beautiful to understand that even he started meditation with Sadananda Yogi. And I see that, it's full of interconnectedness. And the best part also, nowadays, we have this internet, we have like huge potential to get to know anything easily, in the form of books, in the form of internet, in the form of these sessions. Wherever we go, it's a vast, it's very easy for every one of us to access. And in the end, the person like I, should be full of knowledge. So I really like the last statement which was mentioned in that one. I should be full of knowledge, and that knowledge that thrive, like to learn. It's such a beautiful statement. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for sharing this message to all of us, Auntie. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your contribution in this wisdom sharing, Nilima. I'm really grateful. Thank you so much for keenly listening and noting down the points, and then sharing it again. It is a great reinforcement, actually, for me too and for everybody. So I just wanted to say that this great saint tells us that uh, meditation is not just sitting in seclusion, being lonely or sitting in the forest. It is uh, being in our living the day-to-day life, and learning what to do and what not to do, and how to lead our life very peacefully. And this wisdom we get from the meditation we do every day. And he also, what I understood is, the I and you concept. He's saying that you is dominating the you. That means the so-called you. That means the so-called I feeling which we create. I feel that I am so and so. But until and unless we meditate, we cannot understand what is the real I, what is the illusory I which we created all through the lifetime. When we are not meditating, and that I was the I created by the society, given the information given by the society about us. And how can anyone feel the I by the information given by the society or the others about us only? So now here we should really understand that we should understand about the real I in us only by meditating. That means only by self realization, going into our inner consciousness. And mm, yeah, there is nothing outside, the, all the essence here deep within us only. So we should not let that you or the illusory I, which the society created for us to dominate the real I, the real essence, that godliness, that uh, the real essence of us. And here, one more thing I feel that it is said, and all the people in the society just know about the saint as spreaded Christianity, or he spreaded the teachings of the great Master Jesus. But the real essence is he wants to tell that it might be Master Jesus or any other master who is enlightened. They always wanted uh, to know, make us know the path of self realization. They never told about their own greatness. So, here, obviously, when as Saint Xavier, we are coming to know through this great message, thanks to Master C.Aruna for receiving the real truth and opening our eyes to the reality. And now we understand that Saint Xavier traveled all around the world. You see, in those days, traveling, now also as pyramid masters, we travel all around the world, and teach and spread the knowledge of meditation. Mm. And in those days, traveling means he risked his life, and traveling for 1 year to come to another place, unbelievable. Just to spread this knowledge, it is not limited to that particular religion. That great master wanted to convey the path towards self realization, or path towards knowing or realizing that godliness or God. So that was the, see, when we take up some work, and to become successful in that, the purity of the intention is very much needed. And the great purpose of the intention, I may have a purpose that I will become a great artist, great singer, or I will buy a car, or I will I want name and fame and everything like these. I may have such kind of intentions, but when I have an intention that through meditation, crores of people are uh, liberating themselves from that sorrowfulness, and liberating themselves from that slavery. And so I want to spread meditation to whole of the world. If I have a that kind of great intention, like Saint Xavier, then anything is possible. And the path might be very, very difficult. The path might appear impossible, but it becomes possible just because of that greatest intention. So these enlightened masters encourage us to have such great intentions. And today itself, we were very fortunate to receive the great master Premnath sir from India. So he came all the way from Bangalore to spread meditation all over the North India. And today he told that the higher the intention is, the purpose to reach to many people, to help, to serve, to do that kind of seva or service, the more our life is being taken care of by the universe itself. We need not worry about the physical problems or the so-called physical obstacles. So he told that if a car has four wheels, the front two wheels are the spiritual wheels, and if the front two wheels are being taken care of, the back two wheels are automatically following the front two wheels. The back wheels, though, the two wheels are the physical or materialistic life, which we always worry for. And how about my wife? How about my husband? How about my children? How about my job? When we fail to have the greatest intentions. So when we have the greatest intentions, like Saint Xavier, everything, all the comforts, all the happiness, all the joy is followed. And thank you so much for giving so much of time. Yes, Master Swarna, please come up with your experience.
Yeah. Hello, Pavani Garu.
Yes,
Beautiful
ma'am.
sharing, ma'am. Beautiful music. I always love that music. It takes
Thank you.
us to.
Thanks to Neelima for sharing the music.
I know we play that, but it has some magic in it. Every time, wherever I am, immediately if I hear, I connect to that. You know, that deep sense of that. I think it's imprinted. So yeah, beautiful sharing today's wisdom. Like first time. And his dedication towards meditation, even though he belongs to Western countries, he had probably inner calling to go to India and learn from sage Sadananda master, Guru Garu. And he showed his deep dedication and beautiful wisdom. Yeah, we need to learn more, but today's wisdom gave us a little bit glimpse of his journey and who he and how much he wanted everyone to meditate uh, and have right intentions. So yeah, beautiful, madam, beautiful. I'm sure he met our into this world reality of who they are. And because we all these fears, anxieties comes out of lack of knowledge, right? So when we give knowledge, that I becomes so much knowledgeable, and then finally I also disappears. So yeah,
Yes,
thank you so
wonderful.
much, Pawan Garu, again for bringing weekly wisdom to us. Your
Thanks a lot for
great
being here.
patience and compassion towards us.
Thanks a
So
lot
thank you,
for
ma'am.
being
Thank
here.
you very much.
Yeah, and here it is told that he told that he was initiated into meditation at the age of 10 years. So what I feel is at the age of 10 he is there. So he got the initiation astrally, I think, in his uh, not in physical form. It might be in the physical form also, but he got the initiation there only before coming to India. We never, in whichever way it might be, we really don't know about it. But at the age of 10, he is there in his country. He came to India by the age of 36. He started his journey from there mm, in his 35th year and reached India by 36 years. By the time he came to India, he's 36-year-old. And up till 45 years of age, he worked in spreading the wisdom. And then he left his body at the 45th year.
Oh.
45th year, he left his body near the islands of China, I think. And there, from there, his body was shifted to Malaysia and then to India. And now his body is still there. It is not decayed yet, and it is preserved. And it is in Goa. And
Goa.
for few weeks, it seems people are allowed to see the body. In a year, few weeks, the management keeps it open to public.
Means I don't know without decaying how it is.
It was shipped
prepared
to
to
Goa
take.
actually because Goa was under the rule of the Portugal colonies. Portugal colonies were established. India was occupied, so um, regular shipping is being done, and like in that same way, his body was shipped to Goa.
Nice, interesting, madam. Interesting to know.
Even
Very
I learned
great master.
now.
Great master. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for your valuable sharing. Anyone else? Friends? Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Namaste,
Yes.
Pavani garu.
Oh, namaste, sir.
And namaste, everyone. I have joined towards the wisdom sharing part. And when you already started about the message, and I just felt we were listening to the whole wisdom and let's say spiritual science of PSSM. That is how I felt. Yeah, everything that is said by St.Xavier exactly resonates with the wisdom and you know the whole spiritual concepts of PSSM, including surprisingly he's initiated by Sadananda Yogi. So that's a surprising thing to me as well. So wonderful. You see how everything is connected. All these messages every week that we listen, kind of refreshing what we need to do. And thanks to Patriji to consolidate everything. Even, you know, he had put everything together and made our life so easier. So we just need to follow what is there. We don't need to do the research. We don't need to go, in search of things. We have everything readily available. So such a beautiful thing. That's such a beautiful thing we are into. So grateful to Patriji. And thanks to you as well. You bring these wisdom weekly, and then you drive through these wisdoms. Not just that, you bring in with an energy that is so connecting. So grateful to you, Pavani garu.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. So here, in those days, Saint Xavier traveled for 1 year to reach from one country to another country. Now we fly in few hours. And to teach meditation, we fly in few hours, or we fly, maximum we fly for a day or so. So it has become so easy now. And 1 solid year he had to give, and he put his life to risk. But at that time, what Saint Xavier has done, and right now what we are doing, is one and the same, spreading the same wisdom. He never, by his message, I understood that I just now read this message along with you. So now I realize that we were being given a lot of information. There is a lot of information given about Saint Xavier, but through his message, the great realizations are being opened, the great secrets are being opened, what knowledge he shared actually, and the same thing we are doing. And he also told that in those days they didn't have any so many opportunities like we have now. Now there are many formal masters, and we can read those books and gain knowledge, and yet at the same time meditate, and both go hand in hand, so that we can create a reality in an amazing way. But the way he struggled, and the way he faced those hardships, traveling and motivating people, and he always used to have a smile on his face, it seems, and he always used to help people in their troublesome conditions. He didn't say that only I'll teach you meditation and I'm not connected with you, but he connected to their hearts, and this is a great inspiration for me also. So yes, thank you, sir. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, yes, Neema, I think the sharings have finished.
Yes, yes, Auntie, wonderful. Indeed, also, it's always a pleasure to listen to all the sharings because we learn quite a lot. And I'm also elated to hear what you said about the example which has given on the car. How the front two wheels are important and the rest follows. And thanks to all these beautiful masters who are doing the work selflessly, and uh, they are just giving us, they are just there. Like whenever a student is ready, the master, the teacher appears. So thanks to Patriji for starting this great movement, and his dedication towards bringing Anapanasati meditation to everyone. So thankful to each and every one of you always. So thanks a lot once again, Auntie, for this amazing, amazing work that you were and the wisdom that you have been sharing with us. And thank you all, my dear friends. And so we wrap up the session. Or let us all connect for tomorrow's morning meditation session. Thank you all. Have a nice time.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
all. Thank you. Namaste.